touched on a lot of on one of the difficulties of your life and journey. I've seen you just like come through it, so I want to know some of the most difficult times of your career and how you overcame them.
First of all, I've always been a hustler, so and I've always overcome so much stuff, like being homeless or not having money to eat or just whatever. But I feel like for me now, the most tough thing that I've ever had to go through was losing the love of my life while becoming, like, just recently I became so much bigger in my career. I became so much bigger by like choreographing for like superstars and being at the top, me feeling like I was at the top and I had it all. I had lost the love of my life, which all the other stuff, and I've God, don't like take this the wrong way, but at that time it almost felt like, why am I even up here when I don't have the person that I wanted to share it with me? You know, as you know, we worked. We
couldn't even celebrate with.
We couldn't celebrate.
Yeah.
That was the toughest thing that I've ever. Sorry, I'm about to get emotional. I was at the top. Sorry, and like I didn't have that person to like be there and cheer me on, and you know, it was just.
You had been through the journey with me.
Yes, and that was
like, dang, now I've gotten here.
And that was so tough, but it was we had, you know, split because of stuff that I did. I was just too arrogant and too cocky, and I didn't appreciate what he meant, you know. And so I feel like it was actually a good lesson learned. It was a bad lesson learned for me, but it was a good lesson learned for me because it made me realize that I won't ever go through that again, of like losing somebody that means so much to me, you know.
Yeah.
None of us are like perfect,
right?
And I'm sure stuff that he did too that I didn't like. We shouldn't be the ones hurting each other, you know. We should have been standing together and fighting against everything else that, you know, that was trying to bring us down. But
yeah, you know, for those of you guys that want to move out here, and some of the people that are out here in LA and in the industry, don't underestimate relationships and love and being full, like, internally with gigs and stuff. You know, sometimes it can be hurtful if you don't have somebody to share it with, or if you aren't mentally strong enough to handle some of the cons of being in the industry and stuff. So I would say really take your relationship seriously, and don't think that this isn't for you, Brooklyn, just in general, for everybody, because his situation's separate. But just don't think that it just doesn't matter, and don't think that like, oh, I got the job, so life's going to be perfect, because that comes with its own difficulties too. And sometimes you'll realize some of the simplest things, which are not so simple, like love and a best friend and stuff, are most important. So be careful with once you start booking, how you handle it, and
how you treat people. It's how you treat
that karma, like
that karma.
You know,
yeah, so I couldn't even call when I got my first job with Iggy, choreographing Sally Walker. The one person
I was gonna say, please tell who it is.
Yeah, Iggy. I did Sally Walker. When I got off the phone with them, her team, the first person I wanted to call, I couldn't call there. So it was tough. So literally going to her house and choreographing, and then going back to my hotel room and like bawling my eyes out because I wanted to tell him so bad. So I think that was tough.
You're such an inspirational figure, and I appreciate your rawness and authenticity. And you do so many things. Who inspires you tremendously? Is there somebody specifically that stands out?
I mean, yes, there's actually a lot of people that inspire me. Like, first of all, like Michael Jackson was one of those ones that just was him, and so real, so raw, so like authentic of what he did in his craft. Janet Jackson, Madonna, like those are people who inspired me to actually just fuck what everybody else says and be who you are.
Right.
But also here in North Hollywood in the industry, there's so many talented choreographers that I still look up and love to this day, and I'm just gonna name a few.
Okay.
Shane Sparks, Dave Scott, Brian Friedman, Kenneth.
That's that quality. That quality right
Jason Wright.
there.
Dante, which is now 7 now.
Yeah.
Remember
I
at the
remember
Edge?
him.
Did I say Leslie Scott? I said Leslie
No,
Scott.
not yet, but
Leslie Scott, like these are all
she's
the
a beautiful soul.
Yeah. They just helped me grow so much in everything, and I like learned a lot from everybody. Like, and you can see my work ethic by learning from them. Like, I just saw their hustle, and now the new, like Trisha Miranda, like, you know, just they're all so inspiring to me.
If you guys, as dancers, if you have a chance to take any of those people that he named, make sure you just train with them. And sometimes they may not be like the most popular right now.
Which is so crazy. Yeah.
But they may not be, but you better take advantage.
They may not be, but if you look at some of us now, like for example, me and Trisha Miranda, we used to take Kenneth's, I mean like, we used to go hard in Kenneth's class. And those people built us. Like, we had it, but by taking them and growing from them, look where we're at like now because of those people. So don't think just because they don't have a pop in YouTube or a pop in Instagram and all. Like, these are real, authentic teachers who can show you a whole lot to survive in on this industry.
And the OGs that were really into just training. You know, there
Training.
was a few tapes and stuff, videos and stuff, but it was just like you go to class and you do it over and over. Like, I'll come out of Kenneth's class drenched.
Just
you know,
drenched.
You be out of breath and stuff, but he teaches you stamina on top of all the performance and everything else.
And that's what I've learned, and that's what I teach in my class. Because a lot of people don't teach that anymore.
They don't.
And then when you book an audition or a tour, you over there in the corner breathing hard and dying is because you're not really... You know, I said this the other day. Like, when we used to take Kenneth's class, what got... You know, now people, they come out of class feeling good because they got a video. Back in the day, we used to come out of class because we killed it in front of the class with no video. And you left your blood, sweat, and tears on the floor, and you just knew that you just kind of fucked that shit up in Kenneth's class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was just so rewarding. We didn't need a video.
Oh, I remember having good nights, and none of it was even ever taped. But it was
none of it was taped,
here and there,
but you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
I think JR, and I think you may have, I can't remember, but I know JR has always done YouTube, but other than that, a lot of the people, like, weren't doing that all the time. You know, every once in a while you may see a video, but... Like, everybody else, you were just training all the time. And there is a pro to having some videos and stuff, but like, when you were training with those people, they would call out groups here and there, but it wouldn't be so many that you watch a recital and you're not even getting to dance. And, you know, they break up the class and you get to go over and over again, and you can get so much more done when you're not, you know, over-focused on the other stuff. But, you know, the taping and stuff has its place too, and you need it now. It's my only thing is, I just want the teachers to think about the least, like the lowest person in the class or whatever, and make sure that that person is getting to dance. Because if you're watching groups over and over and then you like not even sweating by the end of class.
Oh, if you ain't sweating, then you didn't do it. Like, no, everybody in my class
and I'm
comes
not saying
out.
Your class.
No, I'm saying, no,
we know your class, they do.
Like, I don't make everybody go, so don't get scared, but I make you feel...
He gives an opportunity for everybody.
Everybody.
And it's not like, oh, you're special, you go, and sometimes he says, who wants to do a solo? I really believe in that, and you have to get comfortable doing that stuff, but giving the option to be able to go out, like, that's amazing. And then it's up to you students, like, once you're paying your money, so you're going to take advantage and start to grow, because he's the only one that's letting people go like that, because the other ones are picky and choosy, so you may not get an opportunity. So make sure you take advantage of that. And you know, Brooklyn's a great teacher. Unfortunately, not everybody, when you get in that professional world, is going to be able to break down the steps like he does, but you do learn to pick up quickly, but he's also skilled at what he does. So just keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a push and pull, because it's like, well, I'm spoiled because he can really, really teach well.
Right.
But then I'm also picking up fast, and you know, I'm learning stamina, and performance is the biggest thing that he has.
And I said that in class the other night. I was like, nobody's performing.
Yeah, that's what I mean, basically. Just being clean and performing, staying on that beat, you know, and all that stuff. But you really get to practice performing for a camera, practice performing in front of your class, support each other. You know, that's the kind of stuff that he always does.
Yes.
So, like, you can see it through his videos. So please, I'll have the info below. So please follow him in all the links that I have below, and just continue to watch his journey, because all the people that I'm interviewing, their journey's not done yet. I refuse to make these interviews look like what Instagram does, because we put our highlights on Instagram. So I really want us to, like, you know, the way that we did, go through ups and downs and ins and outs, and just have a authentic conversation. So I really appreciate Brooklyn for letting those walls down, because, you know, when you express and share, that's when you help people grow. And the purpose of this show is for somebody to relate to somebody on this show, and to learn and to grow and feel something and have fun sometimes.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So now that, you know, we can lighten it up. I want to close up because he's giving me a lot of time.
I got all
let's
day.
see. We're burning up in here now.
It's hot.
You look good. Every time I turn on the camera, I'm like, you look good, boy, but it's hot up in here. And if I say it, it's hot. Okay, there's two final questions.
Okay.
What group of people do you feel led to and want to inspire the most? Is there like a certain type, or is it just all around everybody?
I feel like my purpose in life is to, like how you said, I'm always bringing a smile. I'm always like positive, and I try to bring that to every person I come in contact with. Even if I go to Starbucks, I'm like, hi, how, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're just like, wow, we've had all these rough people, and then you come in and you just kind of make us.
That's amazing.
So I feel like it's just everybody. It's so funny. I was in New York at Broadway Dance Center, and this black lady came up to me, really sweet, and she was shaking. And then she was like, and I was like, are you okay? Like, I was like, are you okay? And she was like, no, I just need a minute. She was like, I've been following you forever. And she said, I go to work, and I come home and I throw on you on my YouTube, and you just brighten my whole, like, night up. Like, I just watch you, you inspire me. And then she starts crying, and in my head I'm like, she's pretending. She was so for real, and that makes me feel good. Could you imagine if I would have turned around and she would have said what she said, and I said, thank you. Okay, so I was saying, you know what I mean? I never want people to walk away, especially knowing that they've been following me forever, and you just kind of go, thank you so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always try to make everybody feel what they see, or what they think they know of me, or how they think. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows me as, oh, Brooklyn J. He's so sweet. He's so polite. He's this. He's humble.
Yes.
I don't want you to ever walk away and say he was a fucking asshole to me, because you know.
And nobody can say that. You know, sometimes they may hate here and there because they're not doing stuff. You know. Nobody can say that you have not worked your butt off and that you don't keep a consistent, good character. I have never heard, and I be hearing everything. Grandma be hearing somehow, and I don't even dance no more. But I hear a little bit of everything, and like, I've never heard a negative comment about his character or his hustle or anything that he does. And now you see us rewarded, and now you know, working for Iggy and doing all this other stuff. And I know there's a lot of people that would dream to be able to go on tour in Asia and stuff like that, and they want to be artists and stuff, because let's face it, dancers sometimes could get tired of being in the background, because you know, we're background dancers, and a lot of people wanted to be artists and stuff like that. So for you to hit all of those different areas and be able to do something with it, like, that's amazing, because now you've been able to dance, to choreograph, and to sing.
Yeah.
And do that around.
Yeah, be the dancer, be the choreographer, and be the star.
And you can be behind the scenes and do all this stuff too. We don't want him behind the scenes. He looked too good to be all behind the scenes. But you know, he can do all that stuff too.
But I feel like the new generation of dancers, they don't understand that you just can't come out here and become a star overnight. It's hard work. It is a journey. And if you don't have the skills, the skin, the heart, the guts, the blood, sweat, and tears, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, and if you're not all the way passionate about it, because especially in the dance world, there are some people that can be rich and do really well for themselves, but for the most part, like, it's not like actor money, you know, all the time. So, and it's always a struggle to get equality on set and, you know, on the tours and stuff like that. So just make sure it's something you love before you get into all that, or you're going to be wasting a lot of time and money. Yeah, this is the closer before the closer.
Okay, the closure, okay.
The closer before the closer.
Okay.
So what does Brooklyn J want his future to look like? What do you want the future to look like?
Oh, we were just talking about this the other day.
Who's we?
Me and my best friend. We talk every day. Shout out to Renee. What's up, Renee?
Hey, girl.
We were just talking about, she just asked me that question like 2 days ago. And at the time, I told her I did not know, because that's kind of my life. Like, I don't know what's the, you know,
Yeah.
I know what I want to do still, but I just don't, like, one day I can wake up and get an email and just like last night, somebody asked me to come to India. So then there's my life at that moment, you know what I mean? Or traveling to Russia, or I do see, I want to do a clothing line.
Okay.
I have, you know, I have a passion for like clothes and looks, and or turning thrift store clothes into dope clothes and selling them, or so I want to do.
Oh yeah, he does clothes too,
Yeah.
and costumes,
Uh-huh.
and he does it all. So.
Everything you see in all my videos, I make. Like I make.
Crazy. I've never
Yeah.
seen somebody do so much stuff.
I make, I edit,
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I'm saying. So
I wanna do clothes, and I'm losing touch. When I came back from China, I was kind of burnt out from like touring and all that stuff, and so I kind of let my music go. But I'm actually been hooking up with a lot of cool people who can make my music happen again. So I definitely want to do that. I don't think it's the end of my music, and just because we don't have hits, all you know, a hit or a hit at all, it's still my passion.
yeah, awesome.
And regardless of what you don't like, somebody else in China will love, or bump in their car, you know what I mean? Which I have a couple singles that people just play every day. And just because it's not on the radio or anything doesn't mean it doesn't make a difference to people. So I still want to do, I want to do music. And I'm venturing off into a reality show right now. And I'm filming my
That's
own,
all you.
I'm filming my own reality show, which I can't give a lot of details to, like the name and what's
Okay, but we'll
what
stay
it's
tuned
about.
and
But yeah, it's
the vibes towards it is happening.
Yes, please, guys. But I have so much going on now that it's gonna be a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I just see myself just bigger than what I am, inspiring people, and just putting out positive vibes and just a whole bunch of love and full outness.
Wow, I have like learned so much talking to you, and this has been like perfectly my dream. So I feel like I want to cry now, because like I just really, really wanted this kind of honesty and this kind of interview. So thank you so much from the bottom of my
Thank you
heart.
for having me.
You're welcome. And I just wanted to know, for the PNS viewers, do you have any closing words? Something you want to give out to the people watching?
Just stay true to yourself, stay humble. The respect that you want to get, you need to give, and just do it. We're not going to be here on this earth forever, so the chance that you have now, just take it 1,000% more than just 90%.
I agree. Thank you. Those
Thank
are
you for
awesome
having
words, and I hope somebody was inspired and had a great time watching. All right, let's end with check, check, mic, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know the rest of that?
No, wait.
Everybody want to
Mic?
do?
Yeah. Oh, mic check, check. Mic check, one. Mic check, check. Mic check, check, check. 1, 2. Everybody make way. Brooklyn J coming through. So slow, so fly, so fresh. That money get in there.
Hey, I like that. So, in closing, check, check, mic, 1, 2.
Shut up.
And stretch your neck and your back
I'm so proud of you.
all the time.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much. All right, bye, you guys.
Bye.
I done walked off of the scene. Said bye.